Hey everybody, it's Craig from the Everyday Makers. Okay, so I've got a project today that I'm working on, redoing a case. Good old pick and pull foam. Everybody's probably used this at some point in time in a case. It's the foam that is in little squares and you pull it apart and make it whatever you want. It's great stuff. Makes really, really neat, cool, custom kind of cases. But the biggest problem with it is the more you use it, less those cases look custom and the more they look just kind of broken and pulled apart. So I got a little quick tip here for you. This is something that I did not invent, but I am more than happy to share with anybody that wants to know about it. Really, really cool little thing using Plasti Dip. Okay, so Plasti Dip comes in a little dippable container. Also comes in a spray can. Spray can is what you want today. What we're going to do is we're going to spray the top of this foam. You build up coat after coat after coat, and this does take a while because you have to let each coat dry, otherwise it just soaks it up. If you let each coat dry, you can actually build up kind of a rubber layer on the top of it. It holds up fantastic. I've had cases that I've done this several years ago that still look like the day that I made them. The pieces don't pull apart. I use them all the time. It just holds up really, really well. Great, great thing. I really, really wish I could find the video where the guy that I learned this from had a video about it. I don't take any credit for it. It's not my invention. It's just really, really cool. I thought I should pass along while I'm doing another case. So we're going to spray some Plasti Dip today. Okay, so what we're going to do here, Plasti Dip spray. Cool stuff. This is what the cases look like. You've done your pick and pull foam. This one in particular is 2 layers. Kind of lets me build up a little bit more depth, but we don't need this for the moment. What we do need is this guy. This is my top layer. This is the layer that almost everything's going to come in contact with at all times, and it's going to be the hardest used inside and out. So this is the layer we really, really want to protect. This is my silicone rubber mat. I've got links for these in the Amazon stuff. I love these things. They're great. But, okay, shake up our Plasti Dip. Plasti Dip really, really, really needs mixed up because it is very, very thick stuff. Okay, all we're going to do, nice thin layer. And what this is actually doing is building up just kind of a coating and sealing the foam. So otherwise, this is a literal sponge. So as much Plasti Dip as you want to spray on it, that's as much as it'll absorb. And it doesn't matter how much you want to just cake it on, it'll just continue to soak it up. So I give it one fairly liberal coat. And you can see it's already, as much as I'm spraying on, it's soaking up. And now I have to force myself not to touch it for several hours. So we're going to leave that and come back to it in several hours. And here we are. Okay. This is after 3 days maybe. The first coat I let dry, the first thin coat I let dry for probably 12 hours. If I need anything less than that, it's just going to continue to soak in. It doesn't do anything. So after about 12 hours, then I came in and did another coat probably every 4 hours for the next couple of days until I ran out. Because you get basically, find the can, for something this size, which is not super huge, 1 can covers this, and it covers it well. If you went with a bigger piece of some sort, you might have trouble with that, but this, I come to find 1 can is great for these things. And keep in mind also the cost on this. A can is, in my local in the Midwest, is about $9, give or take. So it's not a super, super cheap thing, but it's also not $25 a can or anything like that. So it's something that it's more expensive than like a cheap spray paint, but it's not terrible. Okay, so now that we've got this, now pull it off my mat because of course it's sealed to the mat. That's the best part about the silicone mat too. Boom, peels right up. Okay, so then this part becomes this. We've got the inside all picked and pulled to be what I need it to be. And basically on this particular one, I'm using a 2-layer system to get a little bit more thicker. But it's basically, it's the exact same operation if you're doing just one. What I like to do is when I'm doing 2 layers, and of course I'm almost out, I like to put down a little, it worked, there you go, a little bit of spray glue, just kind of give it something to help kind of hold together a little bit. And I've got parts like where it's going to be super, come on, you know you want to. Yeah, I'll glue it later. Okay, so a little layer of spray glue. Set this right on top. And let that mash together. And that's what that is. So like for my use case scenario, I've got some various measuring equipment and such. Just goes right down in. Holds great. It looks like you had custom foam made for it, even though it's not. It's great stuff. So yeah, whenever I have a case that I know is going to get some kind of long-term love in the same configuration, this is how I tend to make it happen. It just keeps everything clean, everything works, nothing pulls apart, and it starts looking real crappy. Just a good system. And like I said, I cannot begin to take credit for it. Somebody else smarter than me thought of it. And I'm really, really glad they did. It's been pretty awesome. But I recommend this to everybody. It really does work well. Holds up well. My last one, this same case was just getting reconfigured, and this is part of the previous, and it's kind of hard to pull apart in parts. Like, I mean, you got to fight it to get it apart. So when I was recycling some of the insides to use for little fillers here and there, it's tougher than you think to get apart. So I highly, highly recommend it to anybody. Great way to keep your cases looking really, really nice, keep them lasting a long time. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all that jazz. We really appreciate you watching videos. So hopefully we make stuff you like, and hopefully we'll get more and more to you. Thanks everybody.